Good evening and welcome back to WNBA Trending. I'm your host, Ava, and tonight we turn our attention to a headline that's sparking heated debate across the league and among fans everywhere. Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark has once again found herself in the spotlight, but this time, it's not for her dazzling on-court performance. Instead, it's her comments on Instagram about referees that led to a fine, allegedly around $200, that has the basketball world buzzing. Now let's break down exactly what happened, what it means, and why this small fine has turned into a very big conversation. Caitlin Clark, the #1 overall pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, has become the face of women's basketball in record time. From sold-out arenas to skyrocketing TV ratings, Clark has been at the center of the Fever's turnaround season. But with fame comes scrutiny, and this week, her social media activity landed her in hot water with the league. According to reports, after a tense matchup in which the Fever suffered a controversial loss, Clark took to Instagram and left a comment on a post that questioned the officiating. The post itself was from a fan account highlighting what they believed were missed calls. Clark didn't mince words, writing something along the lines of, "Hard to win when refs don't do their jobs." Within hours, screenshots of the comments spread like wildfire across basketball Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Fans debated whether she was simply expressing frustration like any athlete would, or if she had crossed a line by publicly calling out referees. Soon after, insiders confirmed that Clark had been fined $200 by the league for her comment. Now, in the grand scheme of professional sports salaries, a $200 fine seems laughably small. Clark, who earns a WNBA rookie salary of just over $76,000 this season, probably won't feel the financial pinch. But what makes this story resonate is the principle of the matter. For many players, speaking out against refereeing decisions has long been a taboo subject, policed strictly by both the NBA and the WNBA. The league's rulebook clearly states that players may not make public comments criticizing officiating. These rules are designed to protect referees from undue harassment and maintain respect for the game's integrity. But fans are asking, shouldn't athletes also have the right to express frustration when they feel calls aren't going their way? The reactions online were immediate and divided. Some fans applauded Clark for speaking her truth, pointing out that the rookie has endured a season filled with questionable calls and unusually physical defense. One fan tweeted, "Good for Caitlin, someone had to say it. Refs need to be held accountable too." Others, however, argued that Clark should have known better, especially given her status as the league's most high-profile star. A critic wrote, "When you're the face of the WNBA, you can't be blasting referees on Instagram. That sets a bad example for younger players." Still, the sheer attention this minor fine has drawn speaks volumes about Caitlin Clark's influence. When other players have been fined for similar offenses, the story barely makes headlines. But when Clark so much as leaves a comment online, it dominates the news cycle for days. It's also worth considering the context. Clark's rookie season has been a roller coaster of highs and lows. She's broken rookie scoring records, set attendance marks, and even landed a signature shoe deal. Yet she's also faced relentless defensive pressure, bruising physical play, and constant scrutiny from fans, rivals, and media alike. In post-game interviews, Clark has generally remained composed, but there have been signs of frustration building. The Fever have been clawing for a playoff spot in a competitive Eastern Conference, and every game matters. When calls don't go their way, the frustration is magnified. Many analysts believe this Instagram incident wasn't just about one game. It was a release of pent-up emotions after weeks of feeling like the officiating hasn't been consistent. Let's talk about the $200 fine itself. To many fans, the number almost feels symbolic. In the NBA, players are routinely fined $15,000 to $25,000 for publicly criticizing officials. By comparison, $200 looks like pocket change. Some believe the WNBA issued such a small fine to send a message without making an example of Clark. It's a slap on the wrist, an acknowledgement that rules were broken, but nothing that will overshadow the season. Others think the fine reflects the league's delicate balance when it comes to Clark. On the one hand, she's their biggest star, the player who has driven record-breaking viewership and ticket sales. On the other, the WNBA can appear to be giving her special treatment. By fining her, even if minimally, the league shows it is willing to enforce its rules fairly. This controversy also raises a larger question. Should leagues rethink how they handle officiating criticism in the age of social media? In today's world, athletes live online. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, these platforms are extensions of their personalities and brand. For Clark, who connects directly with millions of fans, social media is where she can be her authentic self. But when rules written decades ago about public comments are applied to modern digital spaces, things get murky. Is leaving a comment on Instagram truly the same as blasting referees in a press conference? Some say yes. A public comment is a public comment, regardless of where it's made. Others say the league needs to adapt, recognizing that athletes will continue to use social platforms to voice their opinions. Looking ahead, will this fine change Caitlin Clark's approach? That remains to be seen. She hasn't publicly apologized or deleted the comment, which suggests she stands by her words. Teammates have also stayed quiet, perhaps not wanting to fan the flames. The Fever organization issued a brief statement saying they support their players, but also respect the league's disciplinary process. Privately, though, some insiders believe this could spark a quiet dialogue between the WNBA and its Players Association about how rules regarding officiating comments are enforced. After all, if the league wants players to be authentic, marketable, and relatable, it can't always punish them for expressing frustration in the heat of the moment. For now, Caitlin Clark moves forward, her focus back on the court as the Fever continue their playoff push. Whether fans agree or disagree with a fine, one thing is clear. Clark's every move on and off the hardwood continues to shape conversations about the future of the WNBA. A $200 fine might sound small, but the debate it sparked is anything but. From player freedom of expression to referee accountability and league consistency, the story reflects the growing pains of a sport in transition. And at the heart of it all is a 22-year-old rookie who has already become the face of women's basketball. That's all for tonight's deep dive. I'm Ava, and this has been WNBA Trending. Be sure to subscribe for more updates on Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever, and all things WNBA. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.